seal. Yeah. And so nothing got ruined, nothing got removed, so it was just right there this entire time. Because, you know, and now we know, yes, this place is that old. And by the way, Göbekli Tepe is not the only one. There's Karahan Tepe and 3 or 4 other tepes that were found there. And so this suggests that at some point, not a few dozen people lived there, but hundreds of thousands, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, so you see what's happening. I mean, the timeline's being pushed out like this. At the same time, we're going out into the stars and recognizing, hey, this is where our teachers came from. And by the way, Ancient Aliens has regular boots on the ground out at Göbekli Tepe. Our contributors, Andy Collins and Hugh Newman, are there regularly. They've made some major insights into the conversation at Göbekli Tepe. They've been publishing books, and they're heavily involved with what's going on at the nearby Tepe called Karahan Tepe. So it's really exciting to have fresh eyes on Göbekli Tepe several times a year.
You know, and what we're talking about here are, you know, structures that have been built on the ground with a purpose intent of mirroring the heavens or aligning to the heavens. And so there's lots of scenarios where, you know, either the humans were building these to signal something in the sky, or something with enough understanding of these alignments was instructing us to build them and make these alignments. Still a mystery.
Yeah, I mean, earlier we talked about the pyramids of Giza. What I didn't mention is that there's a widespread thought, or widely accepted thought, that the 3 pyramids of Giza are mirror images of the 3 belt stars of Orion. This is the fulfillment of an ancient Egyptian consciousness teaching they refer to as the principle of correspondences, as above, so below, made its way into the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. Because the ancients had this conception that if they were in alignment consciously or energetically with the star system, they could connect with beings from there, and beings could come down and at these locations, and humans could go up. So what you find all around the world are these temple sites that are mirror images of star systems like Orion or the Pleiades, or in direct alignment with specific stars, for example, as we said, Sirius.
And one thing that I find particularly fascinating about this is not only do many of these ancient sites line up with certain very specific stars and constellations, but they also line up with each other. Do I have that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And you know, there's patterns that we've been able to identify. A lot of these structures are aligned to the 33-degree parallel. A lot of these sites seem to be connected in a geodetic fashion, where they form lines, ley lines, and other patterns that we've been able to identify.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned the 33rd parallel, because, you know, there's also another thing called, lining up all these different sites, you know, and so on and so forth, there's something called the ley lines. Ley lines are these straight lines on which cities are located. And this is fascinating because the greatest concentration of ley lines is in present-day Europe.